We are a rumor. Recognizable only as déjà vu and dismissed just as quickly. We are the best kept secret in the universe.
The lore of the Men in Black dates back to at least the 1950s at the organization's formation. From that point on, the MIB would not only defend the Earth, but allow for alien immigration for those in the universe who need it. The Men in Black are the first and only defense against alien invasion. They are above the system and keep themselves in secret to prevent the world from falling into complete anarchy. The movies, at least the first two, haven't seen the third if I'm being honest, focus on the micro level of the organization. While in the original movies you do see a bit of the MIB world, it is more a focus on the life of a single agent, namely Agent J in the first and second movie, and from what I gather, even the third. Men in Black International will take that concept and expand it. We follow two agents for sure, but there is a massive expansion of the mythos. Now, instead of a singular force, the MIB is split into distinct sectors: the New York branch, the London branch, South Africa branch, and so on.
And we may have a problem in London.
We even have dialogue that indicates there are bosses above all of these branches, though, again, the discussion and inference is brief. There is a heavy emphasis on the Men in Black as an organization here. Unfortunately, this embellishment takes the MIB from a surreal feel to more the fantastical. It's hard to explain, and some may disagree, but the MIB and how they operate in this movie makes them more mundane. Seeing more of the aliens and technology, which relies heavily on CGI in the latest movie, versus the sparse use of them with practical effects in the original movies, shifts the entire universe from where our imaginations run wild and it feels gritty to feeling like everything is run by magic. Though, I wouldn't let that be the reason not to see the latest iteration. Even if you don't like the change, it's overshadowed by better elements. My largest fear to the mythos was the destruction of the universe through the characters of Agent M and Agent H. I was pleasantly surprised that there wasn't any real dialogue that resets or diminishes the past movies, or those who were in those movies themselves. In fact, we get to see how important it is for the MIB to stay in the shadows and what happens if someone falls through the cracks and knows of their existence.
You erased my parents' memories, but you didn't get mine.
Agent M is plucky, intelligent, and resourceful, but all of this doesn't come at the expense of Agent H or any of the others. In fact, she still has flaws. She feels real. Agent H was an agent who was the best of the best and now has fallen on bad times. While we aren't exactly sure what happened, ultimately we find out in the movie, we see moments of greatness and get a feel of who he used to be, who this person was before the movie started, and why his decline looks so bad to the others in the organization. His redemption arc is pretty satisfying as well. In fact, I would dare say that Agent M reminded me of Michael from Star Trek Discovery, but written better, a character that has fallen to logic and reason, trying to leave her emotions aside, but believable and relatable. There were only 3 lines that caught me as unfortunate regarding gender politics, or indeed politics at all. Though, if I'm honest, I don't think I would have noticed them if it wasn't thrown in everyone's face during this age and time. If I'd watched these scenes in the 90s, I would have just hand-waved them as bad jokes. And they are a far cry different from Dark Phoenix, where we're told men are actually bad. I will say that the movie falls into the same trappings that we see that happened with Section 31 and the Borg. Namely, the more we know about a thing, the less interesting it is. By expanding the MIB and showing the organization, it's no longer as mystical, no longer as pulling. All that aside, Men in Black International doesn't break the lore of the franchise, expands on it greatly in fact, and shows you a universe where shadows and rumors exist. If you like the lore, you like the mythos, then it's worth taking a look. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.